I'm Greg Milby.
My name is Damon Barnes.
I'm Jeff Proctor.
I'm co-owner.
I'm one of the co-owners.
Co-owner of Central Kentucky Race Management.
I'm the face.
He's the voice.
Central Kentucky Race Management was put together to help out local charities in our community who were struggling raising money for their 5Ks. So we put this together a couple of years ago, just 3 guys that enjoyed running. And it's been something that I think has really helped our community grow with runners.
I started using RunSignup probably 3 years ago because I had a timing system that has a lot of features. Well, I noticed that it had an integration with RunSignup, and the paper registrations is how we were kind of doing that. A lot of the races were using paper, and it was tedious getting a piece of paper that said John and John's kids. So, it's hard to manage that age groups and gender and everything else. So when I saw that integration with RunSignup, I created an account and I started looking into it. And the more I dove into it, the more I'm like, wow, this is like amazing, that it's so simple to manage this. So that's really how we got started with RunSignup. And we really haven't looked at any other platform at all. The reason why we like the domain feature within RunSignup is we're all about races anyway. And as a race company, everything that I do revolves around that race management. So having a separate website, which we did, required us to update it almost on a daily basis. And so we were updating that, and then we would go into our partner account and we would see that, well, everything's already there. Why are we recreating this? So we decided to move that domain away from our provider and moved it over to RunSignup. So now, anytime anyone goes to the website, they're going directly to all the features that we have within our partner account. Corporate sponsors we have on there. We have our race integration calendars on there, all through our partner account. We have photos, we have videos. All of that's embedded within our website, and I don't update it. I simply go and create a race, and then it automatically pops up. It populates where it needs to be. Results, I have a tab for results. So with the race management company and the partner account, that's where the domain really makes sense to us. Now, we also have what's called the Falls 100, the 100-mile trail race. And we moved that domain over as well. But here we were keeping a separate web page on keeping people abreast of course changes and guest speakers and everything like that. Well, we moved that domain name over to the registration page. And so when you go to falls100.com, it goes right to the registration, and we built a pretty nice page. Well, now with the new features of the cover pages, we can see us being able to expand the features on that race now, to throw some video up and set up the donation page, our guest speaker, talk about them, where the money goes for those registrations and stuff. So we can see we're envisioning the cover pages to be a game-changing feature. My favorite RunSignup features is definitely race day. The race day functionality within RunSignup is probably the number one reason why we're so successful in our race management. From registration, we can make changes on the fly on our cell phones, right at packet pickup or right at registration or right before the event starts. We use the check-in app and we use the RunSignup app. We use the kiosk app. We also go into expo mode. So we use pretty much the whole array of those features. And since that time of the paper registrations last year, we went completely paperless because of those features. We're able to dynamically assign bibs. We were spending hours printing labels, putting them on bibs. Although that it's easy to assign the bibs, is what's not easy is whenever the participants come to pick up their packet, is those volunteers digging through baskets of bibs and then trying to find the t-shirt size and so forth. We tried to get creative, and we separated the alphabet, and A to D go to this line and so forth. But is what made it such a great feature is I have one line, and I have 2 or 3 volunteers that have the app. I either provide an iPad or I load it on their cell phone. and they simply type in the participant's name, last name, first name, it doesn't matter. Bring them up, hit check-in, grab the next bib, and they don't even have to grab the next one. They just grab it out of the middle of the pile if they want. Type in the bib number or scan the barcode, it assigns them that bib, and they're on their way. It shows the t-shirt size, it shows whether or not they met the cutoff for the t-shirt or the swag, whatever you're giving away. And they go on. So we literally have no line and can have hundreds of people doing packet pickup. If a race has 100 or less participants, we won't even have a packet pickup until race day. And to take it a step further, we've had runners come in 15 minutes after the race has started, and we're still able to accommodate them. Because again, we're about the charity and we don't want to turn down a donation. So race day scoring, with all the new features and updates that's come out, we're starting to integrate that just a little bit within our process. And where that comes in handy is for the way that it handles my splits. I'm able to set up a split station and get immediate response back at my main timing computer via the race day scoring. A few weeks ago, I had a race in Kentucky, and I happened to be out of town for my other job and couldn't be at that race, but I still wanted to monitor it. So I was able to set up my databases to where I could, through the cloud, that I was able to sit in Oklahoma at a hotel room and monitor the race and see the participants as they crossed the line. I was able to watch them come through, and through the splits, through my backup system, and through my main system. All of them onto one computer system. So even though the race was in Kentucky, I was in Oklahoma and I still had that flexibility. I want to talk about RaceJoy and why it's such a valuable asset to our company. RaceJoy, if you don't know, is basically a GPS tracking for the participant to use to share with the family members and friends. But as a race manager, it's important for us because it allows us to be able to track the participant, especially on distance running or cycling events. We have a 100-mile cycling event coming up, and RaceJoy is a crucial part of that because we use it to make sure that people are staying on course. We know who's still out there. If there's any problems going on, we can track our SAG vehicles and so forth to know where they're at. Last year, during the event, we had a rider that got off course, and we were able to see that at our control center. We have it displayed on a 55-inch screen TV, and we can see all the participants. We saw one get off course, and we were able to go into the registration platform and pull their phone number and give them a call because we knew they had their phone with them. So we called her and told her she was on the wrong course and gave her directions to turn, and we could follow her until she got on the course again. Race day photos, one of my favorites. And I'm going to throw in there video as well. That makes our job so much easier because we're already taking a picture with our timing software. When a runner crosses the finish line, we can automatically trigger our camera based on that read. So we get a photo, and then plus we have someone that goes around taking photos as well. We can take those and simply upload them to RunSignup, to the photo platform, and it goes through and it'll tag all the participants via the bib number. So whenever we post the results, we try to post the results the same time we do with the photos. We'll go through and manually look at them to see if there's any more that we can tag further. It's a very huge value added feature. We also do a video for the participants, and easily enough, we throw that up on YouTube account, and then we take and use the video feature within the results sets, and we're able to show that participant coming across the finish line. So it's real simple to set up. You go in and do a couple of timestamps in it. And because of the video and the photo, we absolutely talk about that with race directors whenever they're asking us about a race, because our costs may be more than others, but is what they don't realize at first is we don't just roll out a mat. We bring a marathon atmosphere to a 5K. And that means photos. Everyone loves a photo to capture the time. It may be their first 5K. And we're the ones taking that picture. So the race day features are absolutely what we revolve around.
My background, I'm a database administrator and operations analyst, so I love reports. Reports are my thing. What we use them mainly for is, focusing our marketing, and we also use the reports for engagement. So This year we came up with the idea, the 8-hour race that we do, the Backyard Classic, is in its 5th year, and people ask questions about it, and it's a unique race, and the community is super involved, and we had some leftover swag from last year. So we came up with a contest, and we used the reports to pull a bunch of trivia questions, and that, we had people, they were messaging, you know, I'm taking my lunch at a different time to make sure I'm there when the trivia question comes out, because I want to win that day's trivia question. And it built, you know, over a course of 5 days we had trivia, and the engagement that we got through that was through the roof. We wouldn't have been able to do that without the reports. When we start a race, you know, that has happened in the past, you know, the first thing we do is we use CRM, we create a list of previous participants, and then we create a custom email and we blast that out, and we make sure that those people know when it's coming. We also have, in the past, we've done surveys, and I create lists with those surveys, and those people, one of the reasons we get about, I think we're around 82% response rate on the surveys that we do, and the reason we do it is we give them a week notice to sign up for events that sell out. So if the event's going to open a week from now, the people that filled out the survey, it's kind of like a VIP perk for filling out the survey, they get told a week before that the event is opening. So they kind of get like a week lead-in window, and that way they can make sure they get in, and it really helps get those survey responses back to us, because without giving anything, you know, I think the industry standard's around 33, 34%, something like that.
The volunteer platform on RunSignup, it's a valuable asset because it's a full-time job managing volunteers without it. With the volunteer platform, we're able to create the tasks, create the times that we need someone, assign a task manager to that, a volunteer, and they can manage it from there. They can send an email out to just manage their task. So we can see who we have, where we need them, and more importantly, we can prioritize where we need that person. So if we have a shortage of volunteers, we can say, well, this is a higher priority, so we want you to sign up for this spot instead of maybe working at aid station. So without that, that's done on spreadsheets, it used to be. And it's just very tedious trying to reach everyone and know everyone. Again, back to the big 100-mile bike ride, we get a lot of Boy Scouts groups and so forth that comes in to volunteer for these events. And there's no way we would know who those people are and where they're supposed to be. So it's important to get that scout leader, in this case, involved, and he can manage his team of 20, 30 volunteers to be where they're supposed to be. So without it, it's a full-time job for someone. The bundling feature, we jumped on it right away because we had some opportunities to bundle some races. For instance, we have a race called the Trooper Ponder 5K. It was created for a Kentucky State Trooper that had been killed in the line of duty. And there's a race that we put on for him that benefits scholarships within the county of where he graduated. Then we have another race that we do. It's called Light the Night. It's more of a collar run type of atmosphere where we have an LED light show, and it's at night, and all the police departments are out there with their lights along the course. So, you know, it's a pretty big atmosphere, but they're both related to something with the policing, you know, first responder type stuff. So perfect fit for a bundling of these races. So we went to both races and said, hey, we want to start offering, you know, to sign up for both races at the same time. So we've already seen I don't know the numbers, but we've seen quite a bit of increase in registration based on that. We call it Back the Badge. So you're able to relabel this, although one's called the Trooper Ponder, the other one's called Light the Night. But the first thing you see when you go to either race page is the first one is Back the Badge series. And so, of course, that makes a big difference in sign up, because by bundling them together, I can get them committed early in the season, all at one time.
We are introducing Give Sign Up.
This is GiveSignup.org. You can go on your phones right now. You can go to GiveSignup.org. You can click that button that says Create Ticket Event, and you can set up your own ticketed event right now. We basically have created this new division within RunSignup to expand our really great technology to our nonprofit customers and hopefully some new nonprofit customers.
So we're here and heard about the Give Sign Up this morning, and I'm also a president of a nonprofit in Kentucky, Green Space. We manage and maintain around 26 miles of trail. and we have several events. We do a film festival, we do wine and bourbon nights, we do art nights, and as soon as I heard about Give Sign Up, I was texting board members and telling them, the days of spreadsheets, keeping up with this info, and other more costly services, those are done, and we're gonna start using this for our ticketed events. And was especially excited about having the website for each ticketed event, because I think that'll help bring a lot to it, and then a lot of our events are recurring, so that'll help, and we can get info out really easily that way. I think it'll be a really good sell for our sponsors as well.
I'm on the United Way board in Central Kentucky and also a part of the Police Foundation board, and I chair the marketing board for United Way. As soon as I heard about Give Sign Up, the first thing we did after that keynote this morning, I immediately sent an email to the United Way of Central Kentucky and the Elizabethtown Police Foundation board to make them aware that we now have an option to sell tickets to events that we had not had in the past. So that's the first thing I sent this morning, were 2 emails out to representatives from that to make sure that they're aware of that situation and how we can switch that over very quickly.
We can definitely use the different ticket options because we have those for a lot of the events, and also like we have a trivia night, and so we can just have one person because you're buying tables on that event and we're selling tables. We actually have another event we're working on, a gala that's selling tables. So having those, and also the option just to donate, because we've had that question come up often. I want to do the event and I want to donate on top of the event. And I think we can, our company is fairly unique in the fact that we don't do a single race that isn't affiliated with a charity. Now, not all of them are 501c3s, but they're all affiliated with some kind of charity. And that's, to talk to us, you have to have that affiliation or we just don't do it. So I think with Green Space and then also with other charities that we work with, I believe that we can help integrate, because we get that question a lot. I want to sign up for the race and I also want to donate on top of the race. And we haven't really been integrating that yet. So coming here and learning about that stuff, I think we can raise the money that we're giving outside of the traditional ways, sponsors and getting more racers.
I love the Give Sign Up. I love that. And I can't wait to start using it in a lot of events. But before that, and just recently, I had a friend that was diagnosed with IBC, it's inflammatory breast cancer. And she came to us and asked, how can I manage some donations for the cancer center in the local community? And so I decided to have a 5K, but it's not a typical 5K. Is what I do with it is, the 5K is free. We've decided that we're going to donate this to our community. So you sign up for a 5K for free, but during that registration, we have the donation set up, and we set up different levels. We have an angel sponsor, a halo sponsor, and so forth at different amounts. And so obviously they see this when they go to register, and they click on what they want to give, and then they register for the race, and plus they've donated. But we've also made it even more to where they can just click on the donate. We've raised quite a bit of money for her cause here, and we're excited about using that in the future on Give Sign Up.
My favorite Run Sign Up feature is the emails. Just being able to integrate that and not having to go to another service. So the funny thing is, I was doing a lot of the automated emails manually. So for instance, we've been doing price increase emails for some races since the beginning. We've been doing price increase emails, but and before I came here, I wasn't doing them automated. I was putting a reminder in my phone, and I was doing it manually, and that won't happen as of tonight. I just never noticed that the automated feature was there. So after learning that earlier today, that's not gonna happen anymore. I really like to simplify things and have one thing that does everything. And the fact that it can do that to me and satisfy every need that we've had is great.
So yes, so that's why RunSignup has been our platform of choice. Matter of fact, I just got a call today asking me to move one of my races to another platform, and of course that was a no-brainer.